Well, hopefully you guys have got your coffee and you got 10 minutes so we can just see what old G RAThbun's up to today. No, I think I want to talk to you guys about something here. We're going to talk about this E350 Super Duty Ford chassis with a Majestic coach attached to it. It's made by Thor. This is a 2016 model. Now, you can't find a lot of stuff about these on the old interweb, like you guys have probably noticed, because you probably pulled this video up to see what the heck's wrong with yours, or just to find out information about it. So, let's start off. That's what it is. It has dualies. That means two tires on the back on each side. That's called dualies. It's on the 350 chassis. And this one here is the rental one. You guys are buying these rental ones. There's lots of things about them they don't put on them, and there's a reason, and I'll explain that for everything. This is called, I think, a 23A. It's a total length on it is about 26 feet from the bumper to the back. Now I'm going to show you some things I've added on here that you might find handy to add on to yours, and it might answer some questions, because I had questions and I've been doing research on it and fixing things. And let's start off right under the hood here. First off, the blower motor went out. This got 180,000 miles on it. Blower went out. I got a video on here how to change that. It's really pretty simple compared to a lot of rigs. But when you change anything, put the date and the mileage that you've changed this thing, so you'll know if you have to do it again, or you sell it and somebody else needs that information, they'll have it. Now, here's something that's hard to find out, but this battery here is not hooked up to those batteries back there until you turn the key on. When you turn the key on, this generator in here will send power to here, so you're generating new power to here, and it will send the power back there and generate those batteries hanging on the outside there. I'm going to show you them in a minute. How that does that. You got cables right here. You notice you got a couple of them here. Couple big ones, one there and one here. And so one of these is going to run to your starter, do all the stuff you need up here for the motor. You know that. The other one runs over here and into the back of there, and then there's a switch back in there. You'd have to dig in there to find it. I ain't gonna. Trust me, it's back there. It's a little solenoid type switch where you got a hot post on one side and a hot post on the other side, but they don't connect until you turn the key on, and then it's got a wire in the middle. It's a kind of a relay switch is what it is. You turn on your... Damn, got fuzzies floating around here. Just almost floated in my mouth. There's another one. See, ain't lying. Back to that. You turn the key on, and it engages this hot post to that hot post, so all these batteries are hooked together, which means the charging amps that are going into that will go through your relay right there and charge this battery up back here. So that's how that gets charged going down the road. But this battery down here will get charged also by the generator. This one's an Owens. I see it? I got a shadow going on. That you fire that up, that will also charge the battery as long as it's plugged in here. Can you see in there? There's a plug in there, right there. This thing here, you plug this cord into that, and that is where the juice from the generator goes into here through your cord and into the house. Okay? So that's how you get that. Well, also, while it's doing that, it's charging the batteries. So when that's running, if that's plugged in, it charges the batteries. Also, you unplug this, plug that into shore power. That means the power that is at the campground or at your house, it will also be charging these batteries. Another way to charge those batteries would be solar. Don't have solar yet on this one. When I do, it will go up on the roof. It'll come down, probably put it in the vent of the refrigerator, bring it right down here, and then right into the battery bank. Probably go through the floor in there. I'll show you that in another video once I get it. Now then, on your rig that you bought, probably you got this from a rental place or somebody, it's going to have one battery. Now they say you get more amperage by running two 6-volt batteries than one 12-volt. Well, I'm running two 12 volts. And this is how you hook it up. I got it all tied in there. But you got your black wire going to the black terminal, both sides. The red is hooked to both sides of the red battery. Then you take your ground from your chassis, right there. Take that, put that on one of your blacks. Then you take your hot and put it on the other side of the red. You only have to hook up one battery that way because you've already got them hooked together. Now then, that will make you have a lot more battery life, twice as much battery life, as if you just had the one in there. Now, do they both fit in there, in that tray? No. You're going to have to modify that tray. I pulled the tray out, welded on another extension on it so it would hold two batteries. There was enough room underneath there to do that. But then I had to strap them all together, make sure nothing's going to fall apart in there. So that is something you can do. This is pretty simple. 30 amp. Take that out, put it in your shore power, and you don't need the battery. Your sewer hose, it's back here in the back. And it's not adequate, I'll guarantee you. You pull that out of there, for one thing, it's just got an end on it. You can't, you got to stick it on that rubber hose, drop it into the sewer, wherever you're dumping your waste at. So I always carry another one. Matter of fact, I carry two more, because sometimes if you're out camping or if you're in a park area, you ain't going to get very close. One won't get it. Two will almost always get it. Three will definitely get it. You can buy the other ones. I might show you those, but that's pretty simple. You just buy an extension, then you find a place to put it and keep it there. So that's where your sewer line hooks up at. And right underneath it, let's get this camera down here. There's your valves. Let me see if I can see it. Here, there's your valves. You always want to open up your black tank first. It will be the bigger of the two hoses. Open that one up after you hook the hose up, guys. Don't pull a Chevy Chase or a Robin guy on the, you know which video I'm talking about. Vacation something where they took the RV. Anyway, put this on first. Then open up your black valve, which will be your bigger one. Once it's drained, this goes to there. Once it's drained, push it back in, close it, open up your gray water, then that'll help flush out, clean out your hose there. And that gray water, it's just soap water. Soap is all it is. So it ain't going to hurt nothing to get it washed out. Now another thing you're going to want to do when you go to the campground is put a filter system on there somehow. So what I've done, now this comes off when you're traveling. It just unhooks. That stays there. This unhooks. Filter hangs back here. Now you can use the little blue filters. I would definitely use a filter. And because you never know what you're going to be drinking in some of these places. Put your filter in there. Blue one, build your own like this. Hook it on here. This is a big one. I had a bunch of these on the other RV. They worked well. Then I put a regulator right here, because you get some campsites, they have way too much water pressure, which happened at the last one we had, and I forgot to put this in here. So that's that. Now you don't have a ladder on the back of here either. Lots of these lots of these campers just don't have ladders. So what here, you can pull up one of my videos. I got a ladder right there. One of the telescoping ladders. I made some mounts. You can carry it inside there. You don't need to put it back here. But you're going to need a ladder once in a while, so that's that. I also put a backup camera in there. Right here. Drill the hole, put it right in there. So that's that. Now then, surge protector. That's a good thing to have on your carry with you on your RV, so you hook up to a any source. You put that in there, and if they have a surge, which they sometimes do, it don't fry everything in there. This will blink off. This will also tell you the polarity and make sure it gives you a checklist right here. If it's bad, it'll tell you, and then you know not to even plug into that place. But you're also going to want some adapters. Carry those with you, because you don't know if you're going to need a 30 amp. You may be in a place where you need a 30 amp. You may be in a place where they only have 50 amp. So have all your adapters also. Sometimes they call them dog bones or whatever, but they're just adapters. Carry enough of those to hook up any way you need to. That's for sure. Now then, if you don't already have one, get yourself a nice white or blue drinking hose. Not just a regular old rubber hose. I know when we were kids, we all drank from these all the time. Just regular rubber hoses. We could get a drink out in the yard. If you didn't do that, you weren't a country boy. Anyway, get you one of those or two. I carry a couple. Like again, I can say, and sometimes you don't get close enough. You need more than one. That's a 25 footer. That's good size. Now, you're also on this Majestic Thor Class C. You're going to have a little compartment right here to carry your tools. This lid will fit right down in there. But what I've done is I built a box to go inside there, because you got a lot of wasted space up here. You don't need that wasted space up there. You might as well use it down here. So that's what we've done. Right there is where I keep my tools, jack, all that stuff is down in there, plumbing parts. This is a really good water pressure controller. And this is what I'll put on the hose to begin with. If I have any doubt about the other one, I'll put this one up on the hose where it hooks onto the valve in a parking lot. Here's the extra hoses I was telling you about right here. Rhino, I think, makes these. These are a good one too. Now you take that and a little bit of old hose. Don't ever contaminate a drinking hose by your sewer water. That's just no brainer, guys. Don't be doing that crap. You put this on there, and a lot of campgrounds, the one we're going to be at out in South Dakota, they said just drain your gray water right on the yard. It will be fine, and they use the water to help keep things green. So you want to buy one, pick one of them up. Now you're going to need some kind of levelers when you get into some parks. And that's what these are. You just drive on them and it levels up your rig. You need that, you need blocks or something. And you're going to need your antenna wire. Some of the places you plug into have cable. Be nice to have cable when you get somewhere, wouldn't it? So, get you some cable, carry that with you. Always bring you a cooler, an extra deal full of, that ain't full of water, but I can carry water in it. You know, your chairs and all that stuff, you know, regular camping stuff. Now then, let's go in here. Alrighty guys. Well, if you've noticed, your little cheap rental didn't come with a TV. This is a 32-inch smart TV. Wasn't very much money, but there's also no antenna on the roof. So we bought a little $10 antenna, threw it in the window, and it works. Now this is only going to work if you got it plugged in naturally. Same with that. So what we've done is you can plug it into shore power right up there. If you can see that, there's your shore power. You can plug it into there, and then this is also where you hook up your cable TV right there. You can, when you hook it up outside, it'll run through the camper, come up here, and then you can run it right to the TV. So you got that. You have to get a TV. This one here, what we'll do is we'll just lay it on the bed. We don't want to mount it permanently in case somebody wants to sleep up here. So we'll just take it off there when we're traveling, lay it on the bed. We've done that for years on the other ones. They work great. You always want to bring you a case of drinking water just in case. And then on this one here, big old gap there, and we got a little dog that likes to ride with us. So we bought that little thing off of Amazon it wasn't much money. Now he can get right up there and get right by us, or we can set our treats right there. It's also full of gear. It's a box. You pack your gear in there, whatever you want. So that's a kind of a cool thing to have right there. And it's not nailed down, so you can slide it out of the way and still get back in here. And then you can use it for a footstool right here. Now then, on these rigs, they plug up all the holes. See that one there had a big old panel over it. But there's a lot of storage under there. I went, well, why? So I took the paneling off. Now we got a place to throw shoes and such. This here was also bolted down. There was and all kinds of storage underneath it. If you can see that coming up and down. That's where we're keeping our maps and such. We just took that cushion off, built a platform. If you're not a carpenter, you probably shouldn't do that. If you know somebody that's handy, pull that off. You can make a nice little shelf under there for carrying stuff. Now on this side over here, well, let's go over here first. Now that we're over here, they have all these locked, so you can't get in them. They don't want you in there because it's a rental. They don't want you in there. So what I did is I just unhooked the hinges. Let's see. They have hinges on both sides so people can't get in there, but that's where all your water stuff is. You need to get in there once in a while. And I just put a little magnet there to there, and then that holds it shut. So I did the same thing on that one. So now we can get underneath there. Don't store anything under there except for mouse traps. But right here, I'm going to show you the inverter we had to install so we can run hair dryer for Vicky, coffee pot will go there, and then the TV up here. Let me show you what that looks like under here. On one of my other videos, I'm going to make a playlist of things we're doing on this RV. So you guys can just hit the playlist and you can see everything we've done. But on the other playlist, we'll show you how we made this, because this was bolted down like everything else. They don't want you in there. And it'll show you how we did this. But what we're going to do is, there's your new inverter. I'll show you all about that in one of the videos, and how we installed it, how it works, all that'll be in another video. But right now I'm going to hook up one more thing. Well, I got the other part in finally. What I got is a little gauge to go underneath here. It just velcros right to there, so I can read down here, but that's off about 4, not 0.4 I should say, compared to this one here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on just turned on this, and it didn't draw it at all. I did turn the clock on. Let's turn the TV on. See if that makes a difference. No draw over here yet. Still 12.2, which is maybe 12.4. I'll have to check that again. I'm just going to leave this in here and check it. I'm going to put it back together and everything, but that's that. And it's working, as you can see. TV's coming on. That is not blinking. That's just the camera reading it funny. Yeah, it did flicker a little bit there. Now it's down to 12.2. We'll have to watch that and see how much that does draw. That's why I put that on there, so we would know. And now the TV is powered up, and we are still there. It'll be good to watch that. You don't have to go. This has got a low warning on it, and it's got a high if it charges too much also. So we'll watch that. We're going to put it back together and call that a done deal. I'll be able to watch it, and I can be able to turn it off. You hit this button right here, and off everything goes, including the unit down there. So that's going to work out swell. All right. Well, that's it for this video. Hopefully it ain't too long, or you just loved seeing what you could do. This is one thing you want to carry with you. You spray that in your little tracks on your windows and makes them slide open, and just a lot easier. But that's it for this one, guys. Hope this helped you out.